Another tool that is often misunderstood or misused is Porter's five forces. Most teams just list the five forces on a slide and think they're done the analysis. Judges see through this immediately. I've coached 302 Haskane teams to over 180 podium finishes. The smart teams use Porter's five forces to understand the client's industry position and generate real strategic insights that strengthen their solution. This is the Tools and Skills Masterclass on Porter's five forces. Learn how to use it properly. Porter's five forces help you analyze the competitive environment of the client's industry. The five forces are rivalry amongst existing competitors, which is in the center, buyer power, supplier power, threat of substitute products, and the threat of new entrants. The strength of these forces to know how attractive the industry is and how much pressure the company faces. Let's start to break it down. So we start out with the rivalry amongst the competitors, which looks at the number and diversity of the competitors, industry concentration, growth rate, barrier to exit, brand loyalty, and switching costs. Buyer power considers the number of customers, the size of order, price sensitivity, availability of information to buyers, and the switching costs for the buyers. Supplier power evaluates the number and size of suppliers, the uniqueness of their products, and the focal company's ability to substitute for different products. Threat of substitutes assesses the number of substitute products, buyer propensity to substitute, relative price performance, perceived differentiate, and the switching costs of the substitutes that are available in the marketplace. Threat of new entrants examines the barriers to entry, such as economies of scale, brand loyalty, capital requirements, government policies, access to distribution, and the cumulative experiences that are needed in order to compete within the industry. The real value comes when you analyze these factors and ask, what does this mean for the company? How does it affect profitability and competitive intensity? Which forces are strong and putting pressure on the company? Which are weak and present opportunities? How do these dynamics affect the attractiveness of the industry? These insights should directly inform your problem statement, your alternatives, and your recommendation. The goal is to show you understand the competitive landscape, not just memorizing the five forces. There you have it, how to stop listening to Porter's five forces and using them to generate meaningful strategic insights. This is part of the Tools and Skills Masterclass that complement the main 7-step case solution series. Drop a comment. Do you usually just list the five forces, or do you turn them into insights? Subscribe and hit the bell for the rest of the Tools and Skills series. Cam Welsh out. Go make your industry analysis actually useful and your solution stronger.